All right, Matt, good to be with you. It's been fun to connect and get to know you over the last few months as we've been working together. As we get started here, can you just try and kind of paint the picture? When we first met, what was going on? What were you trying to do? Or was there a goal you had or a problem you were trying to solve when we first connected?
Yeah, let's see. When we first connected, it was about the July, August timeframe of last year in 2021. And I was really at kind of a crossroads with my career. I just really wanted a change. I was looking to make a change out of the defense industry and to make a move into the tech industry. And um, to be totally honest, how I came across you was I put out one of those resume coach offers through LinkedIn, and you were the only one who had taken the time to actually take a look at my profile. And it seemed like you had cared just that small little bit, right? And so um, we did the initial call, and you and I seemed just like a great fit for what I was looking for, giving me more than just resume support, but being able to help me out with where I think I had really been struggling with was just preparation for my interviewing and just getting interview practices. And that's kind of where we started with the first course.
Yeah, and we've done a few different things together, but just initially, you said like that little bit of care, and what was it that really stood out to you that made you feel like this would be a good fit when you made that decision to dive into the engineering career accelerator program?
I just felt like that you and I were a good fit with each other. Just like you're easy to talk to. Even this conversation is very easy, and it's always been this natural right from the beginning. And just seemed like your background being an engineer as well, and going through various different industries within the engineering career that you had. You'd be able to help me out, and just your level of experience, I think was
Yeah.
looked enticing. Yeah.
Well, excellent. So as we kind of dove in together and started really working together, what did you find about the resources and the program and our conversations that really was most helpful as you participated and started making traction?
Yeah, well, I think I utilized quite a bit of your tools. You do really give, especially in your engineering career accelerator course, you give a very broad range of tool sets that people could use. And they could kind of pick and choose which ones they want to use, depending on what their needs are. They can go through the whole course. And I think, from where I started to where I stand today, although it's not a silver bullet, I think my resume is a lot stronger than it previously was. You gave me some fantastic templates that I could work from that I think are very strong, and give me a lot of confidence for if I were to need to apply to a job in the future, or just continue to update my resume, knowing that I have one that's kind of like at that upper echelon of templates. The LinkedIn recommendations that you have, I've significantly improved my LinkedIn. I think that while it's not as robust as some of the better ones out there, I do think that I've developed a bit of a brand for myself within my profile. Definitely more than I think the majority of the profiles that are on LinkedIn. So, just having that sitting out there, I think is very helpful for future career moves if I need to make them coming up. You and I had worked a lot on my interviewing, and I think that I made really good progress in my confidence on how to answer questions and just be relaxed during interviews. So I think you gave me a lot of different tools. I don't know if I can really pinpoint the one that was like the best, but if I were to have to choose, I think maybe just the interview practice that you and I went through was just extremely, extremely helpful. Just you having that time to interview with other people like myself who are trying to get help, and be able to bring that knowledge, that kind of insider knowledge, if you will, into the practice, I think was just very valuable.
Yeah. Well, excellent. And so obviously when we first connected, you were trying to, you know, decide and figure out where to go in your career transition out of defense and into a more technology facing role. So where did you end up, and what were those opportunities that came along the way as you, where you were able to finally get to?
Yeah, I had a few opportunities come to me. I interviewed with Amazon. I ended up ultimately taking a role at Meta as a contractor, contingent worker. And, of course, it's intending to be an eventual transition to full time. But I do think that this was a great avenue for me to go down. It just tended to work out. Yeah, making that transition.
That's awesome. And I think you got a bit of a salary bump through that process.
I definitely did. Yes.
That's excellent. That's excellent. And so what would you say, Matt, to anyone who's considering joining the Engineering Career Accelerator program? Or also, you also went to kind of my level 2 now, I'm calling the Ambitious Engineers Edge program. Like, what would you say to people who are considering these programs here?
Yeah, I think that you bring a really good diverse set of qualities to the programs. So I would even go as far to say that if you're not an engineer, also consider Jeff for the program, because yeah, sure, he can speak the engineering language, but I think that everyone's making career transitions, and your stuff is very helpful across that board. And just have the confidence to dive in and invest in yourself. And it's certainly the return on investment that I've gotten from this for our time together has definitely paid off. So that is not a concern to me at all, although I will admit that it was a concern going into it, but I'm glad that I took that leap and invested in myself. And it certainly paid off and got me where I want to be. And I'd also say that, if you're looking for something a little bit different than just, hey, here's a resume template, go update your resume. Here's some things that you can do with your LinkedIn. Sure, Jeff provides that with his content, but I think what you've also curated is a really good set of content around the mindfulness approach and the mindset approach of just navigating either a career transition or just trying to hone in some extra skills, leadership, et cetera, along your career. You have a great set of content, that helps people really kind of focus in on the underlying mindsets that are maybe holding people back or can help them get to where they need to go. So it's a different approach, and that's something that I've very much appreciated through this process with you.
Well, awesome. Well, Matt, it's been an awesome pleasure to connect with you, get to work with you, and to get to know you and see the progress that you've made along the way. I appreciate your kindness in sharing this today, and wish you nothing but continued success, and hope to continue to stay in touch as you keep moving forward. Thanks so much.
Yeah, definitely. Likewise. Thanks, Jeff.